This world is controlled by the enemy. He controls almost everything. Almost everything. Our leaders, our foods, the things that we eat. But if we're not hearing from God, how are we going to be saved from things that we're never supposed to even be in contact with? Things that we're not supposed to eat. Things that we're not supposed to do. Because there's an influencer who is influencing those things to make sure that he steals, kills, and destroys from us. Have you ever wondered or asked yourself, even thought about it? How many times have I missed the mark of what God is doing in my life? How many times have I missed the mark of what God is trying to do in my life? How many times did God speak to me, but I did not hear him? How many times does God speak to you? How many times does God advise, try to counsel you, try to give you, to direct your path to, because the Bible says we shouldn't trust in our own understanding. Because there's an influencer who influences what you do. If it's not God who is speaking in your life, if it's not God who's directing your path, if it's not God who is speaking, counseling you, giving you counsel, if it's not God, then the enemy, he uses that opportunity to influence you things that you will feel like, okay, I'm just making my own decision. It's normal. This is just me deciding because this is who I am. Maybe this is what I want. I've been wanting this. But the things that you want does. Did you receive anything, any word about them from God? Or it's just the things that you want to do because, yes, you are old. You can make your own decisions. We need to understand that it's very important to hear from God. It's very important because God, he speaks and God is still speaking even today. It's very important to hear him when he speaks to us. Because if we do not hear God, we end up walking in the path that we're not even supposed to walk in. We end up in pain. We end up in things that we never even supposed to have been in the first place. Have you ever asked yourself, or maybe if I heard from God, maybe if I heard clear from God, things could have been different. Maybe if I heard clearly from God, I could have been in a better place now. Maybe if I did this wouldn't have happened. If I did that, have you ever asked yourself or wonder that, okay, if things are like this, then who is speaking to my life? Who is influencing my decisions? Who is influencing how I make my decisions? Who is influencing how I do things? Who influences the way I dress? Who influences? Like, have you ever asked yourself those questions? Because it's very important to understand that as a child of God, there are things that God himself will speak to us about, because he's the only one who knows what is to happen in our life. He knows the